Hi guys, welcome to my channel, The Homestyle Homestead. My name is Lexi. In today's video, I wanted to show you how I made these DIY long burning fire starters. They're made with 3 items and chances are you already have them in your house sitting around. And if not, you'll acquire them within a couple of weeks. So it's really easy to make these. Like I said, they're very long burning. That's the best part about these. So these are really nice to have if you have a wood burning stove at your house. They're great to take camping and they're really easy to make. So if you would like to see how I make these DIY fire starters, then please keep watching. Okay guys, so fire starter. When I told my husband I was gonna make these, he kind of giggled at me because he was like, that's kind of a weird video to make. But on my channel, I don't really go out of my way and make fancy videos just to film them. I kind of just film the stuff that I'm already making and show you guys how I do some of this stuff, because I do make so much stuff myself and I have all these hobbies. I've had a lot of people tell me that I should share it with all of you. So this is just one of the things that I enjoy to make and I wanted to show you how I do it, and we use them all the time and they work really well. So what you're gonna need to make these fire starters is obviously lint. I save up all the lint from my dryer for months. Anytime I clean it out, I just put it in this cute little container that sits right on top of my little laundry room shelf area. And once it gets full, as you can see it is, I will then use it to make these fire starters. We go camping a lot in the summertime and that's when we majority of the time use these. But I also am going to be making some of these for my grandparents because they have a wood burning fireplace. Fire starter is expensive and this is an easy alternative. You're also gonna need some egg cartons. Shout out to Grandma and Grandpa Lee for supplying me with these egg cartons. My husband's grandparents, they sent me a ton of egg cartons, which the majority of them will be used for eggs, but I'm going to use a couple of them for this. And then the last thing you're going to need is candle wax. You're not going to overwhelmingly smell this candle, but you will smell it slightly. So I'm using one that I know they like. Or I don't recommend you do this if you're going to use these for camping, but if you're going to use it in your house and you don't mind the smell of bacon grease, you can use bacon grease instead. Like I said, you're not going to smell it a ton, but a bear might smell it outside, so don't use that if you're using it while you're going camping. Invisalign, so if you hear me lisping a little, that'd be why. Okay, and now I'm just going to fill up each one of these pots with some water. Okay, and then I'm just gonna add my candles. And now I'm going to let these heat up until my candles are melted. You want your water to start to boil, and then it's gonna slowly start to melt your candle wax. Make sure that you're doing your candles kind of low and slow because you don't want the glass of the candle to break. But while those are heating up, you're gonna take your egg carton. I ripped this part off. What I mostly focus on is all of the little holes. And very simply, you're just going to stuff each one with some of your dryer lint. This is a very easy DIY. Like I said, it's going to be cheaper than if you were to buy fire starter at the store. You want this to be ready to go as soon as your candle wax is melted because you want to work with it while it's melted. Now that all that is kind of coming to a boil, I'm going to turn it all down. And I went ahead and put the lids on them just to kind of keep the heat within the pot. That will help it to melt a little faster as well. Okay, and then as your candles become completely melted, this is when you will just start pouring them into each hole. Be careful not to burn yourself. I really recommend these gloves. I'm just gonna lay some paper towels because it will get messy. And now you just pour your candle wax over each little spot, like I said. Put down some paper towels so you don't get it everywhere. Okay, and I'm gonna keep these candle jars and I'll do something with them. I don't know what, but I'll do something with them. And then just set them aside to cool. I hate how when you pour stuff, it goes down instead of just right where you're trying to pour it. If you get any on your counter, try to clean it up while it's still hot. If it's stuck on there, which this stuff isn't, but if it is, take a paper towel, lay it over the top, take a blow dryer, blow dry the spot. It will melt the wax off of your counter into the paper towel and you will be able to wipe it up. So don't worry if you get it on your counter, it will come off, or you can scrape it off. Make sure to get a good amount of the candle wax in each one because that is what is going to make these burn for a while and help your fire to really get started. Okay, that should be good. Spilling more than I'm using. Okay, now that these are all filled in with the candle wax, I am going to let this all cool completely before we move on to the next step, which will be cutting each one out. So when these are all cold, I'll come back and show you what to do next. Okay guys, it's been a couple hours. These are now completely cooled, and now we are going to cut them up. Okay guys, now I have enough fire starters to at least last my grandparents probably through the winter, hopefully. I'm gonna go start a fire now to show you how to use them.